The Trojan horse of the 21st century isn't made of wood. It's built with concrete, steel, and fiber optics. China's Belt and Road Initiative is one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects ever conceived, but now it's turning into a geopolitical weapon. It was originally intended to create connections to markets that could buy Chinese goods. But as some of its promises of prosperity have gone unfulfilled, its purpose has been transitioned to a covert military network. In this video, we'll show you how Beijing is turning economic corridors into military strongholds. In 2013, Chinese President Xi Jinping unveiled an ambitious vision, the Belt and Road Initiative. Marketed as a modern revival of the ancient Silk Road, the BRI promised to usher in a new era of global economic cooperation and development. China pledged billions in infrastructure investments across Asia, Africa, and Europe. Critics pointed out that many projects seemed strategically positioned in areas of geopolitical significance, often near critical maritime choke points or in countries with valuable natural resources. In Pakistan, China developed the deepwater port of Gwadar, offering direct access to the Arabian Sea and vital oil shipping lanes. In Sri Lanka, China controls the Hambantota port along major Indian Ocean trade routes. In Djibouti, a Chinese-built port and logistics hub provides a foothold at the entrance of the Red Sea. And all of these BRI ports were built to specifications that could accommodate Chinese naval vessels. New railways and highways could facilitate rapid troop movements. And the digital Silk Road component created a China-centric telecommunications infrastructure that could be leveraged for military communications and intelligence gathering. But would China actually have access to this infrastructure in a crisis? The answer is most likely yes. Many of the countries receiving Belt and Road loans have struggled to repay them. This means that the countries either have to agree to permissive terms or default and hand over control of the strategic asset to China. This debt diplomacy gives China enormous leverage on small countries like Sri Lanka, Laos, Zambia, Djibouti, and Montenegro. China established its first overseas military base in Djibouti in 2017, adjacent to its BRI-funded commercial port. Satellite imagery revealed military-grade airfields being constructed at ostensibly civilian ports. Chinese warships have made port calls at BRI facilities, demonstrating their potential for naval resupply and power projection. To understand the military implications of the Belt and Road Initiative, we need to examine a specific case of how the CCP is using debt diplomacy abroad. We'll start with one of the most significant BRI projects, the Port of Gwadar in Pakistan. Hey everyone, if you've dreamed of owning a business, then listen up. Today's sponsor, Franzi, makes franchise ownership accessible and achievable for everyone, from side hustlers to investors to folks trying to escape the corporate grind. Franzi does more than just list franchises. The platform is equipped with a Franzi Fit Score, an AI-powered matching tool that finds the best brands for you based on your financials, experience, risk tolerance, and goals. You can also get pre-qualified to see exactly what type of franchise you can afford, check brand availability in your area, and discover the hottest new concepts hitting the market. And if you need guidance, Franzi's team of expert coaches are there to help you navigate the world of franchising and find the right opportunities for you. So whether you're just starting or looking to expand, Franzi has everything you need. Click the link in the description or follow the URL on screen to start your journey to business ownership. At the mouth of the Persian Gulf, the Gwadar seaport has transformed a sleepy fishing village into a focal point of geopolitical interest. Gwadar is a key component of the China-Pakistan economic corridor, with China investing approximately $40 billion into Pakistani infrastructure. While Pakistan views CPEC as an economic opportunity, the port's specifications suggest potential military applications. The deepwater facility can accommodate large vessels, including warships, with high standard roll-on, roll-off capabilities and berth depths of at least 10 meters. Chinese military insiders have hinted at Gwadar's potential as a base for the People's Liberation Army Navy, Some analysts suggest that the port may soon host a substantial number of PLAN ships, significantly extending China's naval reach into the Indian Ocean region. At the same time, the port has struggled to attract commercial shipping traffic, raising questions about its economic viability. And terrorist groups in the region not only scare off commercial interests, but necessitate heightened security measures. Gwadar's location and specifications make it an ideal candidate to serve as a logistics hub supporting military operations throughout the Indian Ocean. And as analysts came to the conclusion that this could be a potential PLAN naval stronghold, it prompted closer examination to other similar BRI projects. One such development is a massive resort in Cambodia, which has drawn attention for its unusually long runway and deep water port. Cambodia's Koh Kong development presents the facade of luxury tourism while harboring infrastructure that suggests military applications. The Dara Sakor Airport features a 2-mile-long runway, surpassing those at Cambodia's major international airports, and comparable to runways on China's artificial islands in the South China Sea. The deep water port is designed to accommodate vessels far larger than a typical cruise ship or cargo freighter, with specifications allowing for Chinese destroyers to dock. These overbuilt facilities align with the growing military ties between Cambodia and China. The two nations have conducted joint exercises and increased defense cooperation, with China providing military aid and training to Cambodia. Reports of a secret agreement allowing the People's Liberation Army to use Cambodia's Ream naval base for military purposes have intensified scrutiny despite Cambodian government denials. The Koh Kong project is part of a larger Cambodian-China Investment Development Zone, the largest Belt and Road Initiative project to date. This zone further intertwines military and economic interests in the region, potentially tilting the balance of power in Southeast Asia. And this strategy of blending civilian and military infrastructure presents a unique challenge for any country looking to counter China's influence. But not all military applications of BRI projects are made of concrete. The Digital Silk Road complements China's growing military capabilities by laying the groundwork for dominance in telecommunications and data control. $79 billion. That's the scale of China's investment in digital infrastructure across 70 countries. Chinese companies have completed 12 underwater cable projects in Southeast Asia alone, with 20 additional projects underway. The widespread adoption of Chinese-built 5G networks raises particular concerns among cybersecurity experts, who warn of potential vulnerabilities that would allow the Chinese government access to sensitive data and communications in partner countries. This network could be leveraged for surveillance, espionage, and even cyber attacks on a global scale. The integration of smart cities and smart ports further extends China's reach, potentially enabling population monitoring and control while raising concerns about the export of authoritarian governance models. The integration of the Beidou satellite system enhances China's military capabilities, especially in command control communications, computers intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. By creating an independent satellite navigation system, China has insulated itself from reliance on US-controlled GPS and gained the ability to potentially deny positioning services to adversaries in specific regions. This combination allows for improved military logistics and operational capabilities across vast distances. Moreover, the vast amounts of data collected from partner countries can be leveraged for military and intelligence purposes. The National Defense Transportation Law of 2017 and the National Defense Mobilization Law of 2010 mandate that civilian infrastructure projects, including those overseas, must meet national defense requirements. These laws grant the People's Liberation Army authority to commandeer civilian resources and establish systems for transferring strategic materials to the military. This information advantage makes more and more corners of the globe potentially unsafe for China's adversaries. For decades, the United States military operated with near impunity throughout the Indo-Pacific region. Today, that freedom of movement faces significant challenges as China's network of dual-use infrastructure expands. The Pentagon confronts a new reality. The The map of accessible military facilities in Asia is rapidly shrinking, presenting a formidable challenge to U.S. military planners and policymakers. China's anti-access area denial strategy, supported by advanced missile systems, air defenses, and naval assets, aims to prevent adversaries from entering or operating within specific regions. And these BRI projects are impacting U.S. military planning in several ways. Ports in Pakistan and Sri Lanka could potentially deny access to critical maritime choke points. Dual-use airfields and logistics hubs extend China's power projection and surveillance capabilities. And the Digital Silk Road component creates a China-centric telecommunications infrastructure that could be leveraged for military communications and intelligence gathering. The United States and its allies are exploring responses to these challenges that include investments in long-range precision strike capabilities and unmanned systems to counter China's A2AD strategy. Former U.S. Secretary of Defense Mark Esper notes that China is using its overseas investments to influence other nations' security decisions. The U.S. National Security Strategy of 2017 warned that China is fielding military capabilities aimed at denying America access in times of crisis. For years, Xi Jinping has been consistent in his desire to retake Taiwan, and Donald Trump is talking about taking Greenland. We are entering a period of volatility, and it is essential that we all stay vigilant and watch these developments very closely. Stay tuned to this channel for more updates coming soon.